Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you a project I'm doing for the UK-Ireland Craftswap group. There's a swap on there for 3 tags which need a vintage image, some lace, a metal element of some sort, like charm or whatever, and 3 flowers. And I printed these images off last week and put them in my diary, where I do put some images in ready for projects coming up, and then I totally forgot about them. And I came across them the day before yesterday and thought, I'll get these done. So I cut some chipboard, stuck the images on after, I stuck some wallpaper on these actually. I'm into using up scraps of bits and pieces. 2 of these have got wallpaper on and one's got designer paper on. And then I inked the edges in vintage photo. And then once the images were on here, I inked all the images as well with a little bit of vintage photo just on the edges to age them. And then I wasn't sure how I was going to incorporate the lace. I didn't want it stuck on behind. So I got 3 laces and twisted them. And in this case I've got 2 white and it's called Ecro Cream there. But anyway, I cut up a doily and I put that on first, and I can't believe I cut up a crochet doily, but I put a bit on that one at the bottom and a bit on this one as well, so it went on all 3 tags, and I glued the edges so that it wouldn't fray and tucked everything behind as best as possible. Anyway, after twisting this one, I hot glued all the lace on, and then I added some beads. I hot glued these on as well and tucked it and rolled it behind everything else. Then I added the flowers. I used blue and white here because her dress has got blue in it, as has her headband. It doesn't show up amazingly, but it is very pale. So that's why the blue's there. I chose a cream button to fit in with the colour generally, especially with this lace. And I added a little bow on a couple of flowers here. And then I was given some Martha Stewart labels from UK-Crafts by Dee. Thank you, Deanna. And she also gave me some rub-ons as well, which is what I did, memories, and again vintage photo that. I've not done anything on the back, but I will eventually. And on the bottom I just put this small piece of velvet, and these have got like black felted beads and these little crystal beads as well. And I really like the way that turned out. I just used a bit of thin ribbon doubled up for the tie. And then I had this one, and this lady's dress has got a dark and a pale pink in it, and she's got yellow flowers on here. So I have done, similar to the other one, I used 3 laces. I've used a very pale pink, which I actually had to cut in half because it was so wide, a darker pink, and another piece of that same lace I used on the other one, which is, I think it was listed as Ecro, but it's sort of like a dark cream vintagey colour. Really pretty and very fine. And again, once I'd glued that all the way around, I added these beads, bead trim I should say, and there's flowers here, and I think there's 4 flowers, and there's a little bit of a different colour petal leaf underneath just to change it a little bit. I found that button, which actually looks much darker, but it does fit in very well. Same thing again under here. I put another little bit of lace because there was a gap showing the board, so I wrapped that around underneath, and that's one of my favourite laces. And another Martha Stewart label, and a rub-on of Cherish beaded trim hanging underneath, and this is actually really quite pretty. And that was number 2. Oh, I put this was from Carl's Crafts, and tied ribbon at the top. I should say this little pale lace, I'll put the link below. This is by Tina Thies on our group for selling this, and she has a blog, and I think she's doing it from her blog, but I will put the link down below so you can see. And then I finally did this one, and this girl has got a greeny blue coloured dress with pink in it. Excuse me knocking that about. Excuse me. Which is why I've chosen this lace. And again, I had to cut it in half. And part of it is going and wrapping around, and the other part I used at the top as a tie. And then these beads here really tie in with their hair colour when it up close. Doesn't look quite the same on here, but it does for real. And again, that same ecru piece of lace. Going here, and tap here. And I wove the beads under as well. There's a little tiny flat back pearl flower centre type trim there. Butterfly here. And this is it's a transparent trim with tiny flowers and little beads on it, and that I got from Emily 280881. That's part of a bigger trim that's got butterflies on, and I only use a smaller part. A couple of flowers in here. So that's a flower element, another little blue bow to match it with a blue button, and this one I just put this trim on the bottom, no dangly part on it, and there's another flower up here which shimmers. I really like the way these came out, and I was quite surprised myself really, because I'm only just sort of getting into lace, and I like vintage. It's the shabby chic side of it I struggle with, but we're getting there. And I didn't put another label on this one because there's no space at the bottom. I just put a rub-on there that says Precious actually onto the dress. So that's my 3 tags. It'd be great if you could pop over and have a little look at what's going on over there at the moment, because on the UK-Ireland swap group we've got so many swaps going up, and some really nice ones as well. And at the moment there is a Secret Sister swap which has proven very, very, very popular, and more going up all the time, and challenges too, chance of winning something. So there's my tags, and I will catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.